All right, so class, I've mentioned that there are two ways in Spanish that you can say I am, you are, he or she is, we are, and they are. And I know this is really strange, but it's really not that complicated once you learn the basic rules. So, el verbo ser, this is used for things that don't change a lot. And this verb is really psycho, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on it today. I just want to show it to you. We've actually seen it before when we say yo soy, or tú eres, or él or ella es. And we'll worry about these ones later, okay? But we have seen at least these ones here for I am, you are, or he or she is. These are used for things that are more permanent. So like where you're from, where were you born? ¿De dónde eres? Ah, yo soy de Perú. It's also used for physical descriptions or personality traits. ¿Cómo eres tú? This is like saying, who or what are you? So you could say, yo soy simpática y inteligente, which would be a personality trait. También soy morena en alta, and this would be a physical description. So again, your personality and your physical traits, they don't change a lot. They stay pretty constant. And where you were born, that also stays pretty constant. So that's why we use the verb ser for those things. But in Spanish, they also have a different verb, the verb estar. This is for things that change a lot. So it still means I am, you are, he is, she is, but it's used for different circumstances. So estar is used for your feelings or your mood, things that change on a normal basis. Like I could say, ¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, estoy feliz. Feliz means happy. We've used this with feliz cumpleaños or feliz Navidad. So again, your feelings and mood are things that change a lot. Also your location. So where are you? ¿Dónde estás? Estoy en la clase de español. Notice how it uses that preposition in or en. This is something that's really key to indicate, I'm talking about a location. I'm in that location, okay? Or I'm on something, in or on, okay? So again, estar is used for things that change a lot, your mood and your location. Now, estar is an AR verb, but it's just a little different from some of the other AR verbs that we've worked with so far. Okay, let's go through our steps. Again, you take off the AR. Hey, that's normal. Look at your pronoun. That's normal too. Now we're going to pick the ending that matches. Notice how all the endings are exactly the same, except for this one. For yo, it's actually like yo backwards, hoy. So the verb estar uses hoy, kind of like soy. Okay, ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. So rather than just using a plain old O, it uses OY for yo. Okay, but the other ones are exactly the same. As, a, amos, an. All right. So if I wanted to say I am in the school or I am feeling sick, okay, I could use the stem est because that's what's left over when I take away the AR. I want to say yo because that's how I say I, and then I would put on OY. So yo estoy. So it's just a little different than the other AR verbs. There's one more thing that's just a little different, and that's this. Some of them have an accent over the A. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Yo estoy, which would mean I am. Tú estás, you are. Él or ella está, he or she is. Nosotros estamos, we are. Or ellos están, they are. So yeah, these three accents, what's that all about? Why does that have to be there? Because isn't this an AR verb? Well, it is, but we've talked about this in the past, that sometimes you put accents on words so that you can tell the difference between words that look the same but mean different things. So that must mean that in Espanol there are words that look like that but mean something different. Sí. So let's look at that. So if you say necesito esta pluma, without the accent it means I need this pen. Okay, but if I put an accent over it, I could say la pluma está en mi mochila. The pen is in my backpack. It also changes the way I pronounce it too. So it's not just to help me tell the difference, but it also helps me pronounce it differently. So a Spanish speaker can tell the difference when I'm speaking. So if I say necesito esta pluma, okay, my emphasis is going to go on that first syllable, esta. But here, la pluma está. Now my strength or my emphasis is going on the second syllable. La pluma está en mi mochila. Okay, so it changes the meaning, but it also changes how I pronounce it. Here's another one. Me gustan estas rosas. I like these roses. Okay, so estas means these. And again, I'm using that first syllable. I'm saying it a little stronger. Estas rosas. But here, if I say tú estás en el baño, now I'm saying it a little differently. The AS gets more of a punch, and it means you are in the bathroom. Okay, so that's why the words need an accent, because it really does make a difference in how I pronounce it and in what it means in a sentence. So let's look at some sentences. I could say, yo estoy en la biblioteca. I am in the library. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be there forever. I wouldn't say yo soy en la biblioteca, because that would mean I'm there more permanently, and that's not the case. So I don't want to use soy. I want to use estoy. Tú estás en la escuela. You are in school or in the school. Okay, and again, I don't want to say tú eres, because that's what the eres is the one that's used for more permanent things that don't change. El custodio está en el gimnasio. The custodian is in the gym. So I don't want to use es, because again, es is used for things that are more permanent, that don't change a lot. I want to use the one that changes for location. Nosotros estamos en la clase de español. Notice how estamos doesn't have an accent. And that's usually the case. Nosotros doesn't change a whole lot. It follows pretty much a normal pattern. Just like jugamos did, remember? With jugar, the nosotros didn't change. Okay? La secretaria y el director. So we've got two people. So la secretaria y el director están en la oficina. I want to use the form of estar that's for two people or more. All right? So we're going to do some práctica with this in Canvas. If you want to go ahead and log on, we'll go ahead and move forward with that. Adios.